It's September 7th, and I'm Bailey Gardner.
I'm Jacob Latimer.
Here with this year's first episode of the CCN. Today we'll go in depth on the solar eclipse, see if any teachers have the best sock game, and talk to some students and teachers for some priceless advice for our underclassmen. Also coming up, the first installment of What's the Rage with Gage and Cage for entertainment news, along with a sports update brought to us by Isaac Thatcher. On top of that, Jacob Latimer and I will tell you everything else you need to know, from world news to important school announcements. It's time for the CCN. A solar eclipse is a rare occurrence. We were lucky enough to experience 99.6% totality. Genesis Wilson and some others went out and found out what they were thinking on the day of the eclipse.
This is Genesis Wilson reporting from Colonel Cass at the solar eclipse event. Is this your first solar eclipse?
First time I've seen a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
What do you look forward to seeing in this?
Like the ring around it, I think that would look cool.
It's just an event I appreciate.
Do you have any interest in space at all?
Mainly just how vast and empty it can be.
Oh yeah, I love space for real. It always changes and it's never the same.
Is this your first solar eclipse?
Not really. Once upon a time I was falling in love.
Now I'm only falling apart.
Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
So what was your favorite part about the eclipse?
It got really cool and it got dark and it was amazing.
You know, it was dark but lit at the same time, you feel me? Y'all already know.
This has been Genesis Wilson from the solar eclipse. Back to the studio.
Let's get into some world news.
The Trump administration had to pull 500,000 barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to the Phillips 66 refinery in Lake Charles, Louisiana. The move is aimed at shielding Americans from higher gasoline prices, which have begun to rise sharply due to a shortage of gasoline caused by refinery shutdowns, port closures, and oil production outages. The Energy Department said it will continue to give assistance as deemed necessary, including more potential drawdowns from the emergency reserve. So, County, if you were wondering about gas prices going up due to the hurricane, it's safe to say they won't go super high.
North Korea has been stirring things up again after a series of military action in the past week. It all started last Wednesday after the North Korean military launched a mid-range ballistic missile designed to carry a nuclear payload that flew over Japan but ended up crashing in the Pacific Ocean. North Korea state media said that this launch was only a prelude to more military actions towards the American territory of Guam. The U.S., Japan, and South Korea retaliated the next day by flying warplanes and dropping test bombs over the Korean peninsula. On Saturday, North Korean military officials claimed that they have a missile-ready hydrogen bomb. The U.S. and South Korea have had an alliance for 67 years now, but that alliance is on the verge of ending because of recent events. Tensions have been rising with North Korea recently, and they don't seem to be showing any signs of backing down.
Hurricane Harvey relief efforts are in full swing, and we hope you all are taking time to help in any way you can. Our donation campaign for Houston has begun, so students please visit your unit desk or the bookstore to drop some change into the donation jars created by JROTC in conjunction with the Colonel Corner Bank to support schools suffering from the flood in Houston, Texas. Checks can be made out to the Colonel Corner Bank with the memo Harvey Relief. Also, teachers, please encourage your students to donate during PLT. Please do your part to help the thousands of people in need. Also, another hurricane is headed or could have landed by the time this episode airs. Hurricane Irma, as of Tuesday, was a Category 5 storm with 175-mile-an-hour winds and looked to be heading towards the Florida Panhandle or the East Coast.
A new school year always means a new freshman class, and some good advice can stay with someone for a long time. Ava Herron and Ms. Phillips talked to some of our seniors and got some of their advice for our freshman class. Ava?
This is Ava with Miss Phillips to get some freshman advice for other freshmen around the school.
Hi, I'm Miss Phillips, and we're going to talk to some seniors about the best advice that they have to give freshmen. I found a senior right here, Miss Keely Blanford. Keely, what's a word of advice you would give to freshmen?
My advice to freshmen is to just live it up while you can, because when you're my age, you're going to be really stressed out. Also remember that dual credit is your best friend.
I found another senior right here, Isaac, and it's Isaac's birthday.
My advice to freshmen are play sports and be nice to all the teachers, especially Miss Phillips.
JB, what's your piece of advice for freshmen?
Stay focused on the books.
All right, that's all. Thanks.
Back to the studio.
Thank you, Ava. Now moving on to entertainment news. Here's What's the Rage with Gage and Cage.
Hi, I'm Gage Johnson.
And I'm Cage Hazelwood, and this is What's the Rage with Gage and Cage.
Looking for something spooky? After 27 years since its original release, the remake of Stephen King's It will be released tomorrow, September 8th, to a theater near you. Shortly after that, in the music world, the Foo Fighters are finally releasing their 9th studio album, Concrete and Gold, on September 15th, so make sure to keep an eye out for that.
Also coming out that day is Gucci Mane's 11th studio album, Mr. Davis. I bet many of you care about the next Call of Duty game. Call of Duty World War II, a highly anticipated installment in this long-running series, comes out November 7th. It will let players step into the foots of World War II soldiers and live out the firefights and epic battles.
Meanwhile, in the movie world, we have a lot of new and exciting films coming out soon, such as The Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and last but not least, the movie I can tell I'll assume a lot of people are waiting for, Star Wars 8: The Last Jedi. I'm Gage Johnson.
And I'm Cage Hazelwood for What's the Rage with Gage and Cage. Tune in to our next episode for some spicy memes and other dankness with Ava and Kirsten. For now, let's toss it over to Isaac Thatcher for our sports update.
Hi, County. I'm Isaac, and I'm here to talk to you about sports. Last week, our Colonels took on Christian County. Despite Christian County's early lead that extended to 20 points, our boys tonight fought hard to end, scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Don't miss this Friday Hall of Fame game against Gibson Southern, where Channel 25 will be hosting Home Team Friday. The Henderson County boys varsity soccer team have a 2-0 record to start the season. Their next opponent is Hopkinsville on September 19th. The girls varsity soccer team have a 1-1 record to start their season. They go against the Evansville Mater Dei Saturday, September 9th. Good luck, Colonels, and back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Isaac. Speaking of the Home Team Friday, don't forget to bring in pennies to donate for your favorite coach, like, for instance, Coach Dempsey, so that he or she can catch a nice pie in the face.
Our year of academics is fully underway, but we wanted to give a shout-out to the awesome first day assembly we had.
Luckily, we had a camera there to catch some of the highlights, from hearing from our exemplary class officers to catching a few candids. Our year got started right. We hope everyone is enjoying the movie theme for the year. I, for one, have had fun seeing how teachers have really gotten into the spirit, and we hope to incorporate some of that spirit in our future broadcasts.
One part of the assembly, though, really almost stole the show. It seems that the real unsung hero of that morning was an often unseen member of the wardrobe, socks.
That's right. We couldn't help but notice that one of our hosts, Mr. Mattingly, was bringing some serious sock game to the scene. So, in the spirit of true investigative reporting, we decided to send out some of our crew to find out if any other teachers are silently sporting some major sock game.
This is Brandon from CCN, and we're out looking for teachers who have sock game.
I'm Coach Dempsey, and my socks today, I'm Coach, that's why.
Cut, we're good.
Do you have sock game?
I mean, were you at the opening day pep rally?
But what about today? Ooh, looking nice.
Cut.
Do you have sock game?
I've got crazy sock game.
Can we see?
Well, of course. Bam!
Oh, the Statue of Liberty, everybody.
That's right.
I'm Seth Watkins with Colonel Cast. We're looking for people with sock game. Mr. Hamby, do you have sock game?
I've got sock game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Half Shell.
Whoa.
That's right.
Jacob, that was some serious sock game. I'm not sure who won that match.
How about we invite our viewers to decide?
Great idea. Tweet which teacher's socks were the best to @ColonelCast with the hashtag #SockGame. One lucky tweeter will even get a prize for participating. Teachers and students are invited to vote. Also, feel free to tweet us a photo of your socks if you think your socks are awesome. Thank you for tuning in to this year's first episode of the CCN. Stay tuned after our sign-off for info on how you can connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
As always, we'll be back as soon as we can, letting you know what's going on in your world. Have a great day, County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing out.